Welcome back to Life with Us TV. This is your girl, Lynette, and this is not your boy, Stanley.
Well, ahoy there, I didn't see you there. Well, welcome to Virgin Voyages headquarters here in sunny and warm Florida. I'm Nirmal Savramuthu, the CEO of Virgin Voyages, and today I've got some brilliant news to share with you.
I am here today with the CEO of Virgin Voyages. His name is Nirmal, and I am so happy to be sitting down with him today. When I had the opportunity, or asked the opportunity to do this, I'm like, who am I to tell the CEO of Virgin Voyages, a brand that I love, no? So the first thing I want to talk about was, how has Virgin done in your eyes as the CEO? How has it done with everything that's out here already? The traditional cruising market. What splashes are you proud of as a CEO?
I'm phenomenally proud of the brand, of the team that's been involved in building the company. And, the one thing that I'm most proud of, I'd say, is, when we started this journey, Richard had said to us, I want to create the kind of cruise that I'd be proud to go on, and I'd be proud to tell all my friends and all my extended family to go on. And mission accomplished, because he absolutely loves the brand. He had his 70th birthday on the brand. His son Sam is potentially sailing with us soon for a birthday, maybe. But they just absolutely love the brand. What they love about the brand, and what I think we're most proud of, is that we've really brought all the best parts of Virgin to life on this ship. And if you think about Virgin, what's made Virgin so successful for 40 years now, is being able to create a wonderful customer experience, and more importantly, a wonderful crew experience on board our ships, right? Richard has a very simple saying: great crew experience, great customer experience, which means your business is happy and profitable, right?
Exactly.
And I'm proud to say all those three things are in place now. What we've been able to do is offer a new perspective on cruising. All the best parts of a cruise with a classic Virgin twist. If you think about our ships, no big dining halls, no buffet, we've got no dress codes, no formal dining, no stuff informal, because let's face it, no one wants to dress up for dinner every night. It's nice to dress up occasionally, right?
Yeah.
But not every night.
Not every
We don't have any big mass. Our ships are boutique-sized ships. People love that about our ships. There's a relaxed vibe on board our ships where everyone feels like a rock star. And then the biggest thing that people love about our ships is the fact that there's no kids. And we all love our kids, but there hasn't been a great no-kid offering in cruising, right? And people absolutely love what that means for the elevated, sophisticated vibe on board the ships. Really proud of the awards that we've won as a result of all that, as you know. And thanks to you guys, Lynette, thanks to all of our partnerships, everyone. We won Best Cruise Line last year, Travel and Leisure coming
Well
us.
deserved.
We swept the Cruise Critic Awards. We were the first brand to win all 5 Cruise Critic Awards.
Yes.
So I think we're definitely doing something right. But, from my perspective, I'm really focused on making sure we maintain the product, we maintain phenomenal value for money. We make sure that any one of your sailors, when they get on board, they have a great holiday and a time of their lives, and they want to come back, and they feel like a rock star.
Right, exactly. All right, so piggybacking off what we're talking about, with this being an adults-only cruise line, no kids at all. We have had this conversation before in our little small groups with travel advisors. What challenges have been an adults-only cruise line posed for the brand itself? And I will go ahead and talk about Never Sleep Alone. Never Sleep Alone used to be one of those shows that people would get on board, and either you loved it or you hated it. But it was a choice whether or not you participated or you went at all. I know having certain things on board then kind of gave people an idea about the brand that it really wasn't. So can you talk about some of the challenges just working yourself into this adult-only space, in a space that has not really been created in this market?
It's a great question, actually, and it's something that we've had to navigate over the last few years. When people think of adult only, they sometimes start to paint a picture in their minds of something that's a little bit over the top, something that might be a little bit alienating, potentially a little bit risque. And one of the challenges we've had over the years, particularly when we started the brand about 3-4 years ago, right, was making sure that we were able to address those misperceptions. Because the reality is they are misperceptions for what's on board our ships, right? Sometimes I'll hear people say to me, oh, I wonder will Virgin Voyage be too much for me? I wonder if it'll be too risque. And then they come on board and they say, wow, that was the most relaxing, elevated, sophisticated environment I've been in. I could, if I wanted to sleep in, I could sleep in. If I wanted to get up in the morning and do sunrise yoga, I could do that. If I want to sit in my hammock and read a book, I could do that. If I want to enjoy Scarlet Night, I could do that. Scarlet Night's a phenomenal party. If you could do that if you want to. But even then, none of this is sort of over the top, right? It's adults just having fun and relaxing and not having the stress of little people around, right? And that's been, I think, one of the things that we've had to really work hard at in helping people address that misperception about the brand. It's where, you know, our partnership with people like you and your channel is so important to get the word out there. I say to people, you know, give it a go, right? There's nothing there that is going to be scary. There's nothing there you're going to find offensive or exclusionary. Frankly, I think these ships, some of the most inclusive and welcoming environments you can be in. Everyone I talk to on board this ship says, I feel comfortable being myself. That is one of the things I'm so proud of, right? And it's a feeling. You feel as soon as you step on board the ships, and I know you know this and feel this. You step on the ships, when you see our crew in their uniforms and their smiles and the music and all the different things we do on board our ships, just people feel so relaxed. And they leave with feeling that was one of the most relaxing vacations they've ever been on. And that's one thing that makes me really proud. But to your question, it has been a challenge to get people to understand it. And that's why, you know, the passing of time has been really powerful for us, because more and more people have taken what really isn't a punt, but in their minds was a punt. They said, okay, let me go give it a go. But there's so many people that now the word of mouth is spreading. And if you think about last year in particular, you know, we won all those awards I talked about before, right? You don't win those kind of awards if you are something that is risque or exclusionary or sort of not. People love these ships, they love these products. And so we just have to be careful in making sure that we haven't let these misperceptions kind of set in. Tweak the product here and there, because sometimes also, you know, some small parts of the experience tend to become something that everyone wants to talk about, when in reality, to your point, only a small number of people experience it, right? So if you think about entertainment as an example, right? I want people to talk about the fact that we've got live music, we've got bands, we've got comedians, we've got all this stuff, right, that people love, right? We've got shows like Dual Reality, which is
my favorite.
an unbelievable show. I can watch that thing over and over again, right? You know, it's the first show to go from sea to land. Yeah, so most cruise line shows are shows that are licensed to come from land-based theaters into ships. You think about, right? We created all our own shows, and Dual Reality actually has been licensed to go play in land-based theaters. It's been playing in Europe and playing in parts of the US, which shows you the level of quality in that show.
I love
That's
that
what
show.
I would love people to talk about. When you think about Virgin Voyages Entertainment, right? It's circus arts with a street vibe to it. It's an incredible piece of art. And that's what I'd love people to talk about. I love people to talk about the food. I love people to talk about the fact that maybe it's all made to order. You know, everything is included, right? I want you to talk about the value on board these ships. I'm sure you're going to ask me about that, right? But there's phenomenal value for money on board these ships. Those are things we want people to talk about. And the fact that it's kid-free allows us to create something that's more elevated, more sophisticated, and makes people just feel more relaxed and feel like it's a very special holiday. Because let's face it, grown-ups need time away too, right? And those who have kids, I've got 2 kids. It's nice to have a break. For those people that don't have kids, it's nice to not be surrounded by kids. And that was really missing in the market, right? And last year, I feel like it really took hold of people that I understand what this is. I understand the place market. If I'm traveling without kids, then I should be considering Virgin Voyage.
Exactly. So on our channel, we definitely have an array of different people, solos, people that travel as families, things like that. And we also had that same challenge on our channel of getting people to give Virgin Voyages a go. Because one, they started hearing, okay, is it the swingers cruise? And then there were things like, oh, if I go here, you know, maybe it's too LGBT forward. And that's what we pride ourselves on our channel, is coming in, talking, educating the market, letting them know, like, hey, whatever you heard is not the way that it really is. What you need to do is find yourself a great deal, get with a travel advisor like myself, let me get you on board, and then you can experience it for yourself. If you love it, keep coming. If you don't love it, you don't have to do it again, but at least have those opportunities and that experience for yourself. So yes, you've had those challenges as CEO. Us as First Mates also have had those challenges of getting the right people on board after they've heard what they've heard.
Sure. And look, I respectfully say to everyone who has that point of view to, again, give us a go, right? I always say to people, we wouldn't be winning all those awards. We wouldn't be the first brand to win all the Cruise Critic Awards. Best dining, best service, best cabins, best value for money, best ship, right? But you wouldn't, my point is, you wouldn't have all those broad-based mass consumer awards if it was something that was sort of exclusionary, right? Or catered to one particular group of people. You know, people love the ships, and there's a reason they love the ships.
Definitely love the ships. This is a thing that comes across my channel as well. Now, we also know that this 4-day sailing was originally to go to Cuba when everything happened. So, okay, now it's the Sunset Explorays and we go to Key West, Florida. Will there ever be a time where we start mixing this itinerary up as an extended weekend itinerary? So everybody that has done it on the weekends, they're kind of like, well, I want to go somewhere else on a 4-day. That's not going to take a lot of my PTO, or having to take a lot of vacation time or away from the kids while the grandma has them, or, they'll ship them off to auntie or godmom, but they don't want to keep coming to the same itinerary over and over. Is that something that Virgin is going to look into?
We started off with a small set of itineraries, lots more focus on the shorts. We've now introduced I'm going to come back to the shorts in a second, but we've introduced some medium itineraries and some longer itineraries. Because a lot of people have been asking for, I want to go to interesting destinations with Virgin Voyages, right? So to your point, when you do a 4-night out of Miami, there's only a certain number of places you can go, right? This year, this winter coming up with Brilliant Lady launching, we're going to have out of Miami some 9 nights. We've got Cartagena, Colombia overnight in some of those itineraries. Like really exciting itineraries out of San Juan, Miami. Got really exciting itineraries in Northern Europe right now. And then on the 4-night, people actually really love the 4-night. And it's a big part of what we're doing. So we're actually looking at how to introduce more of them into the deployment pattern. So I think when you see some more itineraries come out, you're going to see some more frequency of it. Because right now, the 4-night runs every other week and runs on a Wednesday. We've had some feedback that maybe running on a Thursday might be better than a Wednesday, just in terms of taking time off and things like that.
All right, the next thing I wanted to talk about was pricing. It's the thing that gets everybody in the door. Either they're going to see a price that they like and they're going to continue on, or they're going to turn away. We do know when this first came out, Virgin Voyages was so giving in everything. Like, we were just throwing everything at everyone. And I will be honest, it spoiled a lot of our clientele. It spoiled the market. And now they expect the bar tab included. They expect the single, the solo supplement. They expect things like that. And we do offer, because I act like I work for the company.
You're a key partner for us, right?
I am. But those perks are offered on a promotional basis now more. Is that something we're going to try to get back as on a more consistent basis?
Yeah, it's a really good question, actually. We actually, if you might remember, a year ago, we had a conversation. I love feedback. As you know, I am very open to feedback, very open to evolving product and experience. That's why there's more live music and all those things, itineraries. And you might remember we had a session about a year ago. I don't know if everyone knows, but that's one of our top 100 sailors. Not sailors, well, sailors too, probably. But also First Mate. And so we're celebrating all of them on our voyage today. But we had the same voyage last year, and she was in the top 100 last year as well. I had a feedback session with all of them. And one of the things they said to me was, we should be thinking about the inclusions on the promotion. Actually, there was a difference of opinion about bar tab, if you might remember.
It was.
Some people said we should have bar tab always included because people want the drinks, and some people said actually it's using more the promotional vehicle. We ended up using it more the promotional vehicle, but I do understand there is some feedback that people do love at least some level of drinks or bar tab included in our fare. I mean, right now, obviously, with the wave offer that we have, it's an incredible deal right now with up to $300 of bar tab in there. We brought it back after sunsetting it back in March. So what I'd say to everybody is take advantage of the fact that that's in market right now. I'd say pricing wise, look, you're right. When we launched the brand initially, we had to be very thoughtful about being a new brand and getting people on board the ships, right? We had to offer, phenomenal value for money, a great pricing on board. I think we offered a great price to come on board. I think we've adjusted slightly. I personally believe we're phenomenal value for money, even at our current pricing. I will admit for your channel that, in certain places last year, our pricing got a little bit out of that value for money band that I'd like us to be in. But, we had a Zoom call with all of our, it was our top 30 First Mates. I think it was in groups of 5 or 6. And they all had overwhelming feedback, which was wonderful. It was a wonderful day for me, actually. It was great. I didn't know about this back then. But now that I know about this, maybe but to be fair, it was great feedback, and it was spot on, right? Because sometimes you just got to say, "You're right. We didn't quite get it right. Let's fix it, right?" And I don't think that we should be so proud as to never be afraid to say we made a mistake, right? In certain places, I know when we were looking to dynamically adjust pricing, we got a little bit over our skis. We got out of our banding. We got the feedback, and hopefully, what you and your clients are seeing now is a much more stable pricing environment. I think you're seeing pricing now that is tremendous value for money. We're really focused on building our occupancies in a more orderly manner than we have before. But what I'd say to everybody is, pricing is going to be the best booking far out, right? And it might not have felt that way before, but that's the reality of where we're headed. If you look at, the way our Alaska sailings are right now, selling really well, but there's been really stable pricing there in Alaska. Phenomenal value for money.
Really good.
Phenomenal value for money for what these ships are and the inclusions. I mean, don't forget, these ships, we include Wi-Fi, we include still and sparkling water, we include soft drinks, we include fitness clubs, we include all these great things, right? All these great things are included. And so sometimes, though, it's hard for people to do the math. right? What we're encouraging people to do is to really look at what's included,
Mm-hmm.
to look at the fact that we're not going to nickel and dime you when you get on board, right? You're not going to come on board and feel like we're charging for every small little thing, right? Have an ice cream, you can have
Right.
all these things, and we're not going to charge you.
Good
You
ice
can,
cream
you can get
too.
some popcorn without a gratuity, you know, all these
Mhm.
things, right? So there's all these great things that we do.
Yes.
That I think when people look at the overall package, I'd love for them to look at our pricing, the context of the value we offer, and the fact that in reality, it's about what you're paying. You're paying to get on the ships. You're not paying to get off the ships.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's my life.
Yeah,
with
I
Nathan.
mean, I understand. I see he's a fun guy, but I understand it comes with challenges. Trust me, I come with challenges.
Oh, really? Who's him?
I'm the challenge
Who's him?
husband.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Do you need a solo break?
I might.
We have a solo deal right now.
I know.
Yeah.
Tell him about it.
Well, you know more about the solo deal than I do.
All
So
right.
you're a better seller than I am.
So you know your solos out here. We're always like, oh, I don't want to pay for double occupancy when it's just me. Listen, right now we have reduced single supplement rates right now. So you'll be able to get on and not like pay double occupancy. So if you want to get into those sea terraces, or not sea terraces, those solo cabins that are specifically curated for you all, this is kind of the time to jump in and do that. You know, I got you. Hit me up. I got you covered.
And when you're on board now, we've actually really been involved in the solo program. We've got dedicated solo meetups every day.
I love
We've
those.
got solo dining programs. So I don't know if you know, but every night
Mhm.
you could show up at 5:45 every night. You go up and meet with everyone else, and there's a solo coordinator now
Oh.
that breaks everyone up into group dinners around the ship. We have a group dinner the first night, and then we have group dinners every night after that. And actually, that came from Richard, by the way. Richard's very passionate about the solo program. And, you know, he keeps giving me ideas for it. And so we set up, the initial idea was he wanted a group dinner the first night, which we set
Okay.
up for him. And then he came on board and he said, well, why do solo people only get to dine on the first night? What about the second night or the third night? And I said, you know what, Richard, you're right. So
Yeah,
now we
that's
have,
true.
now we have again. And it's actually a pretty cool program because what you get to meet a host, and then we hold tables at all one of our restaurants. And then we're able to group you up and say groups of 4 people or 6 people can go to different restaurants at night. So
I
it's a
like
great
that.
way to kind of choose your adventure when you come to dining, and you can
Gotcha.
dine with other people and meet some great people. I'm very proud of the solo program, and I think it should be a big part of our business.
Yeah.
It's a big part of travel right now.
Yeah.
Right, you know. So when you want to get away from your husband, you if you want, I can be your first mate for that one.
Let's do it.
All right.
But I do love that because we have so many solos that travel alone because they have to. Some travel alone because they want to,
Yeah.
but at least they have the option if they want to plug in with other people,
Yeah,
they can actually
of course.
be able
No,
to plug
it's-
in and get to know other people.
Absolutely.
And if they don't want to, they don't have to.
happy to read the hammock and do what they need to do.
Exactly. So you did touch on Alaska, and Alaska has been a hot topic for so many, me as well. What is Virgin going to do to make sailing in Alaska on Virgin different than what everybody else is doing? Because there are so many ships that are specifically built
Mhm.
to take in that scenic view,
Yeah.
the whales, all of that. And we do know that all of Virgin ships are kind of copy and paste.
Yeah.
So we kind of know what we're going to get when we get on board. But what is Virgin going to do differently that's going to just shake things up that
Well, you
only Virgin can do?
of course. So we can be assured that we will bring our own Virgin twist
Okay.
to Alaska. Now, watch out this year. Lots of interesting updates coming on Brilliant
Yes.
Lady, and all the wonderful things we're going to do. But you know, you think about what we've done with all of our other ships and all of our other destinations, right? We always put our Virgin twist on it. Late stays and overnights are a key part of everything we do. We have our ships are set up to make sure we can explore Alaska in the best possible way.
Mhm.
But we do know that we've got to make some updates and some tweaks that'll make the experience even better for Alaska, and you're going to hear all about that this year. But what I'd say to everybody about Alaska, though, is Alaska is selling very well because it is very, very well priced right now. And so I'd encourage people to get on board and enjoy the ships. Those long Alaska itineraries in particular are very safe. Actually, our long itineraries across the board
Yeah.
are getting really popular because people love being on the ships and
Mhm.
they want to spend more time on them. And the value for money that we offer right now, I think it's phenomenal. And so get on board in Alaska soon.
Oh yeah, I have sold a couple of them, so the buzz is really there.
I'm
But
glad.
the questions are also there too.
Of course,
about
yeah, no, of
what's
course.
for
What
Virgin
I hear a lot
differently.
from people is they're starting to imagine what we do, but one of the things they know for sure they're going to be able to do is sit in a hammock
Mhm.
and watch all the scenery go by. People are really
Think
excited
about that.
Yeah.
So I do see that my time is up, and I do not want to wear out your patience. Straight from VA, the dirty, dirty South. 2 up, 2 down. Boo!
I love that. Nathan, this is where Nathan will get very upset with me if I was to reveal this in advance.
We have
I'm Nathan,
here
by the
that's-
way. They just keep talking about me, and I
I
just
was
felt like
gonna say, Nathan needs to
I
pop
just
in
feel
here.
like I need my moment.
This really
Love
took a
it.
Life With Us TV turn.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
freaking love it.
Yes.
Given you and your husband, what you might want to do is you might want to just book the cabin next to each other, and
Okay.
you can each have your own hammock.
I'm
But
gonna
I
get a
don't know,
great
how does
deal.
that work? How are you guys going to work out who's going to be in the hammock?
Oh, it's always going to be Nate.
Oh, what about him?
He works the camera.
Oh, fair point.
And he does the numbers.
point.
He makes sure that we're profitable.
Okay.
You know how that goes.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. All right. Okay.
Well,
So he'll be on
y'all-
a chair. You'll be on the hammock. He'll be on a chair working the numbers. You'll be on the hammock
yes.
enjoying the view. Okay, that sounds good.